Hi everyone, welcome back to London Travelers, where I talk to you about everything to do with London. And I haven't been online lately, so I'm going to be consistent, as she says. But in this post, I'm going to share with you the review of Go City London Pass and whether it's worth it. So here we go. Oh yes, if you like my video, please comment, like and subscribe. And if you see me looking that way, on the side here, is because I've got some notes on my screen. I just don't want to miss anything. So I made a few notes. So the question is why you should book the London Pass when you come to London, because London is just an amazing city. I know I could be biased, but it's got culture, it's got history, and a foodie heaven. If you want fish and chips or roast dinner, you've got it, and it's just right outside your doorstep. And it can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, but you know, if you're trying to fit everything all in, you're going to be in a rush, and that's why Go City London Pass is worth it ish. I think it's a golden ticket to any sightseeing. So is Go City and London Pass the same? Well, yes and no, because Go City is the actual company and the London Pass is the ticket for the city to London. So Go City has passes all over the world, like New York, Tokyo, Japan, or whatever, and the London Pass is the pass to get to London. Well, not to get to London, but the pass to get to attractions, shall I say. So I think in some places, attractions, they give you a time slot, like for example, the London Eye and the Shard. You have to register to book in advance, and you have to click on the time slot that you want to go into. Like I visited 4 attractions in one day, and that's enough. And I started from 11 o'clock till 6 o'clock in the evening. And so my honest experience, at Westminster Abbey, I arrived there at 11 o'clock, at 10:30 or 11 o'clock, but I still had to queue up. And I thought that you could skip the queue like what the website said, but because I was there early and then the queue was quite long, and I thought, oh, I have to like wait and it's going to be long. But actually I only waited 10 minutes and the queue kind of went really quickly. So don't expect to skip the lines, especially during busy times. And it was really smooth, and I spent about 2 hours there. So if you want to know more about Westminster Abbey, I have a blog post about that on my website. I couldn't really video what's inside the Abbey because you're not allowed to video anything. You can take photos, but you can't take videos unless it's outside. So St. Paul's Cathedral, same story. Prior to visiting St. Paul's Cathedral, I wanted to visit not Sherlock Holmes, Churchill War Museum, but it wasn't included in the London Pass because it was next to each other. So the next attraction I wanted to go into was the London Eye, and my app broke down, and I wanted to book a time slot. The nearest one was 1:30, and I think I remember it was already 1:15 then, and the next time slot was 1:30, and it broke down then. And I went to the reception, and they said, I think it's because there were so many people trying to book the 1:30 slot. It's that popular. And I tried to book the 2 o'clock slot, but I couldn't either. And then so my battery nearly died, and really it was not a good experience because I haven't even seen the second attraction yet. So that's why it's better to bring a power bank for emergencies, and I didn't do that. That's a recommendation for you from me, from experience. So I thought, okay, the London Eye is not as amazing as any of the other attractions around here because I've been there like on top. And to be honest, all you can see is Parliament and Big Ben and Westminster Abbey and the River Thames down below, and people walking. And it's basically a Lego version of London, but you can't really see Buckingham Palace or anything like that. You can only see three major attractions which are like nearby. So going back to St. Paul's Cathedral, I think there's a secret for the entrance because you have to still queue up with the London Pass, and the main entrance was so long, and I was like thinking, oh my god, how am I going to get in, because my feet was already tired after lunch. And luckily one of the doormen said you can access the side entrance by the park. There's a nice little side park in St. Paul's Cathedral, and that was the accessibility entrance, and there was no one there. It was just me and two other people who were bag checked, and all I had to do was just show my pass, and within seconds I was already in. And yeah, St. Paul's Cathedral was really good, but if you're fit enough to go up 520 stairs up to the top of the cathedral, then I rate you, because it's not for the faint-hearted. You think that you've seen everything on the ground floor, but there's a surprise. I literally had to go up, and then after like 5 minutes I went back downstairs again, thinking that I don't think I could do this. And then I went up again and I changed my mind, thinking, okay, I can do this. And I thought, oh, there's people older than me that can do it. So if they can, then I can as well. Maybe it's just my anxiety. And I really did it. I wish I could have taken videos of me going up. But St. Paul's Cathedral was like a really good experience to go up. But if you're claustrophobic, you don't like tight spaces, or you have difficulties going up the stairs, then don't do it. I wouldn't recommend you doing it for health reasons. Just stay on the ground floor. There's so many things to still see on the ground floor. It's still beautiful. And yeah, and after St. Paul's Cathedral, my feet were so tired, and I thought, oh no, I don't really want to go to the London Eye because it's not a really big attraction. Like, it is for tourists who haven't seen it, but for me, it's not really the top 10 attraction you should visit, even though it is a top 10 attraction. From the outside, it's an icon of London, but when you're up there, it's not really like scenic, to be honest with you, but that's my experience. So I skipped the London Eye, and then so I thought, um, why don't I go on the big bus tour, which is the hop on and hop off, because that was what I wanted to do, just put my feet up, because my feet was already tired by the time I went down St. Paul's Cathedral, and oh my God, my feet just relaxed itself, and I could feel the wind on my face when the bus was moving. And the hop on hop off also has audio guides, and then you can just plug it in behind the um, the seats, and then they're very comedic. There's actors from the audio guide, and they are quite funny, and they talk about the history of London, and they go through like areas of different parts of London, and then they talk about it as you're there. And once that was finished, that was about 45 minutes to an hour. I was on the big bus tour, and I thought, okay, I still have one more attraction that I want to see, which is the Shard. And I went there at around 6 o'clock, 6:30, or maybe even more, I can't remember. But with the Shard, you have to pre-book. You don't have to pay, but you have to pre-book before you arrive. And then they check your bags, and then you sign in at the reception, and then you go up to the top floor, and then you see the view of London. And I promise you, the Shard is better than the London Eye in the evening. That is because you can see the River Thames and the City of London light up, and you take photo ops for like 5-10 minutes, and I was only there for 15 minutes. Once you've taken photo opportunities, then you can just go back downstairs. And also there's like a bar there. It's very posh, and you can have like Prosecco or champagne or wine, or whiskey. But people do hang around there and take photo opportunities and then just mingle. And yeah, that was my fourth attraction, and after that I just wanted to go home. So yeah, that's my experience. And then the second question that people ask, it does the London pass include the tube? Yes, it does. If you buy the London pass with an Oyster card, then you can get discounts on travel as well, which covers tubes, buses, and some trains with London. So it's prepaid, ready to use, and honestly, it saves a lot of hassle. I didn't choose the one with the Oyster card because I had my own separate one. So, and I only used the bus. So there's no point of me getting one with the Oyster if I'm not going to use the train much, only buses. The main advantage of the London pass is probably the money. You save so much money on attractions. There are like 80 attractions to choose from. It's not like you can visit 80 attractions. It's not possible. It's a miracle if you can do that. But some places may let you skip the line. So I don't know what other places are. I don't know what other attractions let you skip the lines, but Westminster Abbey, St. Paul's, although you can access the accessibility entrance, which, you know, gets you there in seconds, and the Shard, I still had to queue up. So maybe other attractions you can skip the lines, but the ones that I saw, I didn't skip the lines. Just be mindful that London is huge and it's walking distance to the attractions next to each other. So if, say, for example, you wanted to go to Buckingham Palace and then Hyde Park, it can be tiring if you're not very good at walking, because Hyde Park is huge, and even though Buckingham Palace is there, it can take about half an hour to 40 minutes, say, to walk. So just because it's next to each other, it doesn't mean that it's near. So be realistic with your plans and give yourself time to rest, because it's easy to just rush things to, you know, get to one attraction to another, and think about it. Is it worth it? Even if you've got the London pass, your feet aching, rushing to go from one place to another, plus you need to think about lunch. Even though all the attractions are beautiful and worth the visit for 2-3 hours, think about whether saving money is worth it. And, you know, if you're tired, then what's more important to you, saving money or your feet? Take your pick, or balance it out. I don't know. And so London Pass vs London Explorer Pass, what's the difference? So this is a quick breakdown. So London Pass, you buy a set number of days, like 2, 3, 4 or 6, depending on how many days you're going to be in London, and you get unlimited access to over 80 attractions, like I said before, during that time. And London Explorer Pass, you pay for a set number of attractions, like 3, 4 or 7, and you've got like 60 days to use them. And it's great if you're only visiting a few key places, and but the experience is still the same, but different attractions. If you want flexibility, Explorer Pass is better. If you want to do it all, go for the full London Pass. So now, if you do decide to try the London Pass, I've got a little gift for you. I'm part of the Go City affiliate program, and I've got a 5% discount code just for you, which is here. I'll put it in the middle there. Use code AFGOAL at checkout and you'll save a bit more on top of the discounted bundle just for my affiliate, you know, fans. And if you book through my link below, it supports the channel too as well. It's a win-win for me and for you. So yeah, so that's it really. And when you're exploring London with the London Pass, you can hit places like Tower of London, Thames River Cruise, hop on and hop off, big bus tour, Westminster Abbey, St. Paul's Cathedral, Tower Bridge, Old Royal Naval College in Greenwich, and honestly, the variety is amazing. That's the best thing about the London Pass, is that you get to learn a lot about London history. And you know, aside from not being able to queue up and feet aching, the, the attractions are literally second to none. And I've actually written a blog post suggesting you to, you know, take guided itineraries using the pass. So if you're in London for 2 days, 3, or even 6 days, I've got itineraries for you. But then also, if you just want to just go to London without an itinerary, that's okay as well. Like if you're a bit overwhelmed or confused about what you want to see, then that's okay as well. I'll link those in the description below, my itineraries, if you want to like plan your days. So final thoughts, is it worth it? If you're doing a lot of sightseeing, I think that you should limit it to 4 attractions. And I think that yes, for 1 day, it's worth it. But for 2 days, if your feet are still aching from this first day of you, you know, visiting these attractions, I think the Explorer Pass will be better, because you can still you can rest for the second day and then you know, visit another attraction on the third day. But with the London Pass, you have to use it on consecutive days. You can't skip a day and not see all the attractions. That's why it's quite rushy. If you're planning a trip, let me know what you're excited to see, really. And yeah, so I think it is worth it for the attractions that you get to see. You get to see culture, history, and everything in between. But to be honest, from experience, you're rushing to get from one attraction to another and your feet hurts. So, you know, if you're good with that, then yeah, go for it. And the attractions that I saw for 1 day, I didn't really skip the queue, but like I said before, the queue to Westminster Abbey was only 10 minutes, and I can access the accessibility entrance to St. Paul's Cathedral. So I skipped London Eye, and by 6 o'clock, 6:30, there was no queue at the Shard. So I probably have to experience what it's like using London Explorer Pass and visit Madame Tussauds or Tower Bridge, Tower of London, see how I feel if I use the London Pass for those attractions. So maybe in the next video. So yeah, thanks for watching, really. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more London travel tips, and use that code AFGOAL to get 5% on your London Pass, and it will just make your London trip even sweeter. So see you in the next one. Bye!